feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Spartan Worx race in Georgia, and yes, that is snow. My name is Ryder Sigety. I'm a 5-time national GNCC champion and a part of the AmPro factory support off-road team. So as you see here, right off the bat, great line through the woods. But also, before we get too deep in the video, I just want to say this is not my normal video quality, and I do try to wipe it as much as I can, so the video gets a little bit better and a little bit worse sometimes, but definitely worth sticking around. There is some good battles pretty much the rest of the video, so it's a good video, don't worry. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to look at this track before the race, and I only got to walk the first like 3 turns, and in those first 3 turns I saw that line, so you're going to see me take a lot of bad lines, a lot of good lines, but that was something that I thought was really unique about this race. It was awesome. It was just kind of the first couple laps were just arrows on trees, and you go wherever you wanted to go. So there's definitely a ton of line choice coming up. I'm going to clean this camera in a little bit, but super muddy race. It was really dry the day before, everybody said. They hadn't gotten rain in weeks down in Georgia, and it was dusty in the winter here. But ended up getting some rain, some snow all throughout the night, and conditions I would say were pretty much perfect.
I think this guy slept in that tent last night, in that vehicle.
Yeah, this right here is not the day before the race. That is the morning of the race, which is pretty weird for Georgia. I looked it up since they had one little bit of snow in 2025, and before that they haven't gotten snow since like 2014 or 15. So like 10 years of no snow. But yeah, there's so much line choice here at this race. I felt like every straightaway I could pretty much pick a different line than the rider in front of me. But yeah, I know a couple people that drove all the way down from New York to come ride, and they actually just ended up turning around and coming back home once they saw that snow because they didn't think the race was going to be fun. I thought it was awesome though. I actually also was a little bit too much committed to this race by the time it was time to decide to turn around or not, because I skipped the GNCC banquet where I would have been awarded the 5th GNCC, like the championship plaques, and got to make my speech. I ended up skipping it to come down here and ride in the nice warm weather. Obviously part of that plan didn't work out, but the riding was still great. I'm on the YZ250 2-stroke, and it feels awesome on this race, so definitely a ton of power. I felt like I was wheeling in some straightaways where like I didn't even mean to. I don't think it really would have been good at all, maybe the race, if I didn't have the Dunlop tires. I mean, they were keeping me, tracked the whole time. I didn't even feel like, you guys could tell it's pretty muddy, but like I said earlier, it was almost perfect conditions. It felt like it was just fun. I was able to manage each turn pretty well. Also, I'm here with my dad, Mike Sigety. I know I didn't say that yet, but
hi everyone. Yeah, this was exciting for me too. Ryder's first race on a 250, YZ250. A little bit of slow off the start, which is understandable. But when you came around on the first lap, you were only 1 second behind the overall leader. You guys basically came in together, which was really awesome to see. And I didn't realize that the 3rd place person, who was Evan Smith, I guess an XC1 racer at GNCC, I didn't realize that was him because he was wearing a bright yellow, like, fluorescent vest. I thought he was a trail boss or trail worker or something. But it turns out he was also in the mix, and you guys basically battled for 3 laps. That was exciting.
I want to apologize again for the mud. This is not typical of my videos, but I did the best I could. It was pretty hard to clean the camera at this race because not only did it get my hand muddy each time I had to clean the camera, even when I did clean it sometimes, it would just kind of smear around the dirt, and we're going pretty fast in some pretty slick trails, so you never really know what's going to happen. But you see right there, pretty convenient. I cleaned it pretty quick, and I try to do that as much as I can. But this race was actually at the, also I just got passed by Riley Rupp, or Keelan Rupp?
Yeah, Keelan Rupp.
Kian Rupp, sorry. And Kian Rupp is actually a great rider. Him and I was looking at some of the GNCC results. We pretty much finished in similar spots every GNCC during the year. I don't know if you guys could tell, he just got a little gnarly there, making the pass for third, I guess it would be. But after I saw him pass me and make that pass, I was like, okay, I definitely got to get to work now. So I put my head down, I passed the guy that was in front of me, and I was just trying to keep up with Kian. And him and I went back and forth the entire race. He would stall or something, I would pass him, he would pass me back. But for the most part, we were pretty good battling the entire time. Until the last lap, I made a couple mistakes. I ended up getting third, so first was Kian Rupp, and then second was Evan Smith. And Evan Smith is actually an XC Run rider, so he's a really fast rider as well. And I'm surprised that I was even able to stay in front of him for most of the race. That was pretty cool to see. I just wish I could have finished up there, but it was still cool. Still a great race.
Yeah, didn't you say at some points you were actually leading the overall, switching places between Kian?
Yeah, definitely. We went back and forth a lot. And after riding here, I mean, I liked riding in Georgia a lot. I think I've only raced a couple times in Georgia, I'm pretty sure, if even that many. And I wish that they still had the GNCC track here, or the GNCC here, which is actually, they used to have the Cannonball GNCC at this exact location in Spartan, Georgia, I guess it is where it is. And it just seems like a super cool race, especially if they had a GNCC here. But I do think I would have done a little better this day. I'm not trying to make excuses, like maybe I wouldn't have, maybe I would have, you never know. But the day before this race, I ended up doing 105 miles at a dual sport, which is a little more than like double the riding I've ever done before. But no, it's not double, but it was a lot of riding to do the day before. There was a good amount of road mixed in, but definitely got me a little tired for this Sunday race. But man, the dual sport was really fun. They had some great trails. And this day, I was a little tired, like I said, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I totally forgot that we had the pit stop. So later on in the race, it was like second to last lap. Thankfully, they ended up cutting the race short, but I saw my dad, and I just didn't even think anything of it. I rode right by him, even when he was like running into the middle of the track, holding my gas can. And this is like last lap too, and I was like, oh man, I guess we're gonna see if the 250 would last now. Ended up working out fine. The 250 lasted the whole race, but still definitely not the smartest thing.
So one crazy thing about the snow on this ground is that, unlike up north, the ground didn't freeze. So it's just like extra mud, not the typical very slippery snow on top of frozen ground. And then once the sun came out and the race was over, they were basically loading up in t-shirts in the sun. It was kind of nutty weather, but it was actually pretty good overall.
I don't know if you guys saw what just happened, but I'm going to slow it down for you. Came into here, slid out, thought for sure I was going down. Then I started using some trial skills that I thought I had to get over these rocks because, man, I was lucky there was no trees there. I just kind of sent myself right into the woods with that one. But you see, just so something like little like that, and I'm already way back from the lead, so now I got to kind of make it up. But thankfully, the lappers were being a little bit difficult to get around. Funny enough, probably because they had the C riders and the A riders in the same race. Everybody was in the same race at this event. But I was able to pretty much catch him most times, and I'm going to catch him in a little bit. But it's just crazy how a little mistake like that made such a big difference. Speaking of who was in this race, there's, I think, 250 riders in this race, which is pretty good, especially for a winter race with snow in a place like Georgia.
So I say this every video, if you want to help Ryder out, it would be a big help if you can please like, subscribe, comment, especially comment, and just hit the little notify button, and next time he makes a video, you'll be notified when you log on to YouTube that there's a video available.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of getting notified about my videos, there's actually some people at the race that noticed us, which is weird, a random series in Georgia, and there's people that watch the videos. I just think that's really cool that we can get noticed like that in a lot of series, and actually we were noticed based on my dad's voice, which is pretty crazy. So if you're who noticed us and you're watching the video, here's a little shout out, I guess.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Just talking with some father and son walking through the woods, and he goes, "Are you Mike Sigety?" And I was like, maybe. Does he owe you money? He's like, I recognized your name, your voice from your videos. My son and I watch them. And yes, all our videos are great to watch with your family. All PG music, all safe for your kids to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I ran into a couple old friends of mine that I used to race 20 years ago, National Enduros with, Josh Whitmire from Pirelli, Mike Grizzle, and Jeff Harris, a bunch of other legend people. Really nice to be down in Georgia and seeing good people. But that's the motorcycle community. Everybody's so nice. You make friends forever. You might not see them for a few years, and then next thing you know, you bump into them, it's like nothing ever changed.
Yeah, definitely. Coming down some of these straightaways in the fields here, I was like wide open, screaming, just trying to get in front of people before we got into the woods. Because I knew once we got into the woods, this is the tightest section of the track. But man, I love this section the most. I felt great. I felt like no matter how far it was, every time we came through this section, I could make up any time I wanted. It was a good section, and it was very similar to the dual sport I rode the day before. So I feel like that was part of it. But still, I just felt really good and fun in this section.
Yeah, that's awesome news to hear, because in 2 weeks you go to Sumter for the National Enduro. That's going to be an exciting video. Those usually do really well. People love those videos. It's going to be usually around 850 people racing on the course at the same time. It's the most popular National Enduro in the series and has been for years. So stick around for, again, notify yourself. Choose that little bell sign, and you'll be notified when that video's up.
So also, I guess I should have talked about this earlier. This is kind of interesting, but if you guys noticed, the start of this video didn't start with the 10 seconds like it normally does, and it didn't start with me starting. It started like halfway down the start straightaway, and it's a little weird. But before the race, somebody told us like, hey, make sure you pay attention. When they say 10 seconds, it could be 5 seconds, it could be 15 seconds. So they said 10 seconds, and then I was like, oh shoot, my camera. Click my camera. As I'm putting my hand back on the bars, the guy does the flag. So I was not prepared at all. I mean, and you can tell how close I was to the flag that it actually took off, because I clicked the button, and in the time it took my GoPro to boot up, which is maybe 4 seconds, it was I was already halfway down the straightaway for the first turn. I think that's pretty crazy.
So do you think you're going to ride the 125 or the 250 at Sumter?
I'm not sure yet. I'm definitely thinking the 250 though. I want to ride the 250. I think it's probably up to you at this point, because I feel great on this bike, and I think it's going to be good for next year.
Yeah, I think you should try the 250 and see how it goes. What do you guys think? Should he ride a 125 or a 250 at Sumter? If you've done Sumter before, you would definitely know better, but we'd still want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And another cool thing about this race, besides being the first race I rode a 250 at, I think the first race I've ever ridden a 250 at, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, but not the first time you rode a 250. Let's show people the first time you rode a 250.
Yeah, this is some high-speed GoPro chase cam of me riding my first 250. There I am dropping my dad because he's on a TTR 125, I think. But yeah, look at all these lines out here. Yeah, this is not my typical video. It's almost over. Usually I'll have, like, in the future I'll have much better productions, but like I said, pretty muddy race, and the video's gonna kind of end soon. I'll show you some film videos from the race though. It's definitely cool experience, and what you guys would see on my Instagram, so make sure you guys go follow my Instagram. But yeah, anyway guys, I just want to say thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the Sumter video. That's gonna be a great production, great video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I think this guy slept in that tent last night, in that vehicle.